झापण मारून नुस्तें धरून संवसार चलयता सांजेच्या वेळार बालभुरग्यांक पासय व्हरता घरा येवन पोटभर जेवण सुसेगाद न्हिदता मांडो गोंयचो आमी गोंयांत गाजयता मांडो म्हणून नाचोन उडोन दीस जाता मांडो गोंयचो आमी गोंयांत गाजयता मांडो म्हणून नाचोन उडोन दीस जाता.
When you think of being Goan, you eventually think of fish. We Goans love our fish. It is a part of our everyday life and our everyday diets. From shore to land, fish and fishermen are hard to miss. We pray to the sea for endless bounty, for it is what feeds so many. We enjoy the rich flavors of a good fish thali. And at the core of it, eating fresh fish is what makes us feel at home. Rather than greet each other by saying hello, some Goans ask each other, but where does our fish come from and how do we get it? Situated on the coast, fishing has been a central occupation for Goans. Fishing communities are identified by their surnames. Kharvi, Nustekar, Adikar, Kataikar, Magkar, Pagerkar and Rapunkar. The love for fishing and the method to fish have been passed along through generations.
My father, olden time, I'm talking about 35 years ago. They didn't have a engine on the boat. It's a wooden boat. Like our village fishermen, around 20 to 30, all in same village. They are fishermen community. They are using their manpower, rowing, fishing, and it's called rapuni. And whatever they catch, they divide into 30 to 25 families that money, and it was not big money, it's little money for a big family, but they was living very happily because that time is no much this cars, this and all. Small business but blessing business.
गौरव हांव म्हाका दिसता 9 वर्सांचो आसतना तेन्ना गोऱ्यांक कॉमेर्स केलां तेन्ना आमी तोप्यांक गोऱ्यांक पोश शेवपाक कांटाळे घालपाक येणयेक पाग्यार म्हणटा हांव तितलें मारिना येणी कांटाळी आमचें चड आनी हांगासर सगल्यो बारीक बारीक तोवयो आसल्यो पावसान तें लोटोन सगळें नुस्तें येतालें आनी ते तोवयांनी मागीर उदीक सुकलें म्हणटच मागीर तें आमी येणयेन ओडटाल्यो नुस्तें मागीर तितून कावंदोरां शेवटायो चोणकुलांची पोरां जायते दिनसा भासाचें नुस्तें येतालें कितें तें मागीर आमी धरताले मागीर आमी तीग जाणां आहा तांकां आमी तें वांटे कोत्ताले मागीर तिगूय जाण मागीर ती येणी आमची न्हू जाल्यार येणयेचो वांटो ताका दिवचो पडटालो आनी आमी दोग जाण तें हें करून आतां आमी हांगासर पालू गोऱ्यांक वयताल्यो रॉक फीश पालू तामोश्यो हेल्यो काडप मुगो त्यो सारक्यो एप्रील मायाच्या म्हयन्यान गरमी जाता न्हू ते खोडपांतल्यान सगल्यो भायर सरतात ते की बरो पोटींग चलता हड येयलो तो ठाक करून दवरलें ताका मागीर तें मागीर काडप होले पालू तामोश्यो आतां तें नुस्तेंच ना आतां हांव रेंव काडूंक कॉमेर्स जाल्याक सगळें दर्यांत पिड्यात जाला रेंव काडूंक तें नुस्तें येना आदीं कितें जातालें नुस्तें चडटा पळय तेन्ना खोबो आहलो कालवां आहलीं ती फोडून खांक नुस्तें येतालें आतां तें खावपाक कांय ना सगळें ऑल डर्ट चिकोल नुस्त्याक तो चिकोल नाका ते भाशेन
पूण एक्सपेंडिचर सुबेज आनी लेबरूय आतां कोण चड हें येना आदीं कितें गांवचे लेबर आसताले आनी ते कितें आसताले दे वर वेरी पुअर गरीब आसले ते नुस्तें मारीतूच आनी तांकां कितें मेळत तांकां पयशे मेळटाले आतां यू कॅन गेट मनी फ्रॉम डिफरंट वे doing something.
Traditional methods coexist with modern techniques, reflecting a blend of heritage, environmental awareness, and economic viability. These traditional methods are sustainable and respectful of nature's cycle, since they have not been motivated by profit. These generation-old techniques differ from each other in ways like method, type of fish, water body, and many other factors. Many Goans caught fish with their bare hand during the monsoon. It's a fairly simple task. Have your friend muddy the water so the fish stay still. Then use your hand with skill. This technique is called esporchevo. More practiced fishermen use this method during the monsoon in the river system of Goa. A smaller net is cast by a single person and is called as pagir. Pagir is a traditional method practiced by local fishermen, where a net is cast by hand and thrown into the water. A fisherman from his canoe then pulls up the net. Pagir is usually practiced as a form of inland fishing, done in rivers, as opposed to marine fishing, which is done in the sea. Gorop, rod fishing, and polar, line fishing are both methods of angling. In Gorop, a nylon string with a hook is tied to a stick. Baits and hooks used depend on the kind of fish one wants to catch. The local method of stake fishing is known as kutavni or kutani. Here, wooden poles are staked into the river with a net tied across them to trap the fish. The fish are then harvested at low tide. Cast net fishing or kathari requires the spread of a 200 to 300 meter long net. Small floats run across the length of one side of the net, enabling the net to fall over the water like a screen. With kathari, fishermen catch a lot of variety of fishes. Fishes that have received the Goan stamp of approval for consumption during the monsoon. Rampon, which refers to a method where fishermen use a canoe to drag a net in a circular fashion over a large area of water. Rapon is best suited to catching large fishes like snappers, shark, barracuda, lobsters. Catching crabs to make that delicious crab curry requires equipment called zari. In zari, a net laid against a circular metal frame called koble is placed on the river in cluster. Kept at a distance of 50 meters between zari, the metal frames allow for the traps to be placed at a uniform level in the water. A string is tied to the sets of zari. When fishermen detect movement in the string, they remove the nets. But as the global fishing industry became modernized, in the 20th century, Goa slowly had to catch up too, with new mechanized, more efficient methods, and slowly, traditional methods got pushed out.
Madam, seriously, if you want to know truth, traditional fishing is gone.
Trawling is one of the main contributors to fish catch in Goa. Trawling involves dragging a wide net known as a trawl throughout the water to catch marine life. This method is commonly used in both commercial and recreational fishing to target various species, including fish, shrimps, and other bottom dwelling organisms. Another commercial fishing technique known for its efficiency is purseine.
Pursining is a method wherein you catch fish which is surface. They are pelagic fish like sardines, mackerels, maybe spearfish. Okay, so these are fish which are move in shoals. Okay, so it is, you are not disturbing the bottom. It is not trawling. Trawling scrapes the bottom. Okay, so there you require the speed of the vessel, how it is taking out the fish from the bottom, or you have mid trawls also. Okay, so purseine is a gear which does not disturb the bottom. Okay, and you have a mesh size because it is a purse. That is how you got it as a purse scene. So here you are deploying the net. You sight the shoal, you throw the net, bring it close to the other end towards to the boat, and then you haul it up.
While purseine is highly effective for commercial fisheries, there are ongoing discussions and considerations about its environmental impact, including concerns about bycatch and the overall sustainability of the practice. Even so that it has been banned in a few states like Tamil Nadu due to concerns about its environmental impact.
These purseaners carry on their fishing activities inside, within 5 kilometers from the shore. Like for example, they come here and they do purseining here. That is very close to Naushi or Kakra or Odshel or Shiridam. And that is where the conflicts comes. And conflicts is also because they take away the fish, like what fishing communities would be doing and taking small scale gill nets. They'll be taking the fish maybe for same amount of fish together, all of them put together for an entire season. They will come and take it at one go. And their mesh size, the size of the nets is smaller. Like what mesh size that you see here, smallest amount of permissible mesh size that is permitted. For prawns, it is 22 mm, and for other fish, it is 24 mm. What these persons use, they use like 8 mm, 11 mm, 12 mm, 13 mm. They use a smaller mesh size, and as a result, they even catch even juveniles and toddlers and baby fish. And then they take away and then they just either discard it in the water directly, or they put it for fertilizer, and then they just wastage. So this is what is happening with the purseaners.
There are also other modern methods that have caused problems to small-scale fishermen and the environment as a whole, and hence been banned by law.
The second type of trawling is bull trawling. Bull trawling is a situation wherein two trawlers are engaged in fishing together parallelly, and they drag the trawl net on the bottom of the riverbed or seabed, and that's how they catch fish. And third type of trawling is they add a light emitting diode, LED. It is known as. They put powerful lights in the waters that blinds fish, that makes fish blind, and it attracts the fish towards the light, and it makes blinds. And they also have got this fish finders installed on the trawlers, and they can locate where exactly this has happened, and they just go and round about.
Yeah, so generally what happens, our state has a territorial water. So our state has a right up to 12 nautical mile to govern that area. So generally an outside trawler cannot enter inside 12 nautical mile of any state. So what happens is Malpe boats come inside at 12 nautical mile, come not even inside, comes up to 5 nautical mile also, and they fish. So we told this is a safety issue. If our state cannot govern our waters, that too outside boats we cannot control, especially when our boats do illegal in their water, like in Maharashtra, like for example, Chandandre MLA, ex-MLA, his boat was caught in Maharashtra. and because we were doing illegal LED light fishing. I said our boats are caught, but their boats are not caught. So that's something somewhere this is not right, and the government has to act. Otherwise, as I said, they are using this all aggressive gears because those boats use only aggressive gears, and they take all the fish. So now for example, what happens for us, especially a small scale or canoe fisher, when these boats come, 2-3 months there is no fish for them. In 2016, Goa was the first state to ban LED light fishing and bull trawling. Yeah. But it's the last state to implement till date.
One is more than enough. Our 3 boats are there, but it is under repairs. We are doing it. Our state is very small. Goa and plus coastal police is there. And our people are there. So our ports is Vasco, Betul, in Chapora and Penji. So I don't think more is required.
I don't complain about coastal police because they don't have boats, they don't have equipment. This is very sad about our Goan government. I ask a lot of time our government, please buy them speedboats and give it to our coastal policemen, but nobody listening. I have speedboats which is using for the water sports. My friends and my family member and our colleague who is having traditional fishing, they don't have those. So I use my fishing water sport boat and catch this outsider boat. I did at least 2 times and hand over to police, and police not give us any information, and even to fishery department not give us information what happened and what they did. So it's little bit disappointed for us. But just 1 week ago, there is still Bombay boats which is red color. They come like a group, 20, 30, 40. So it's little bit risk for us also, because when I call my friends, some friends said, oh, I am in Panjim, I am in Margao, I am in work, and when you call suddenly we don't have manpower, just 3 or 4. But 3 or 4 with 30 boats, into one boat there is at least 20, 30 people. They become much, and middle of the sea it's a little bit danger. So we don't have manpower.
This is one of the biggest threats to local fishermen, those who practice traditional techniques.
Yeah, as I told you, it's for us very tough. When I was doing fishing with my fathers, that time we saw like mackerels, kingfish, calamari, sardine, tons of truck myself. I saw that myself. But now, this generation, I never even see more than 2 tons, because this bull trawling fishing and LED fishing, they are not allowing to get that type of fish on our coastal belt, which is before 5 kilometers. That's why we don't get these tons of fish. See, there is a big man and a small man. I think elephant is bigger, but elephant can't do much. Tiger is the smallest, but tiger can do much. So it's become traditional fisherman was a big, we was the elephants, but today we can't do anything. The tiger, which is tallest, they can do more because they have manpower of money.
Another issue that the traditional fishermen face is when it comes to selling their fish in the Margao wholesale fish market.
मेन प्रॉब्लेम म्हणजे आता आमकां बाजारा जालो मार्केटाचे. पयलीं आमी आख्या दीसभर नुस्त्या मार्केटान घेवन वयताले, आनी आतां कितें केलें तेमी, आतां मार्केट तेमी बंद केलां, आनी तें जेला आयसा ते हेजे म्हणजे नुस्त्या घान ते कितें नुस्त्या हॉर्मोलिन घान ते नुस्त्या विकपा ते म्हाका दिसता, म्हजे मतीन म्हाका दिसता ते हॉर्मोलिन घान ते नुस्त्या होपपा जाय म्हूण ते बाजाराचो हें जेयला अशें करून. म्हणजे आतां मार्केट 10 वरांचें बंद म्हणटाय. आमगेले नुस्त्या खुंयच्याय टायमाक आमी रापून घेताले, आनी पयर थंय चोयलां तें नुस्त्या सारकें होप येता, तो फोटू आहा तुका ते चोयला तो. ते भाशेन नुस्त्या आमकां मारपाकूय आतां चान्स ना, खुंयच्या वगता 10 वरांचे 12 वरांचे 1 वरांचे 2 वरांचे रापोवन घालपाक आमकां चान्स ना त्या नुस्त्याक कितें करपाचें आनी आयसा घालून आमकां निवपत दिसपीस त्या आयसा घालूंक पडलें आनी हालीं सकाळीं जेवचें पडलें सकाळीं जाल्यार ते तितले टायम भितरीच तेमी आतां कायदो काडा मार्केटा गव्हर्मेंटान 10 वरांचें नुस्तें बंद आमी धाडायता ताजें फ्रेश नुस्तें आहा तें बंद करप आनी हरमळीन नुस्तें आहा तें विकप हें कितें आनी अशें करून लोकांक कितको हें जातलो पयसो.
See what's happening is now this wholesale fish market was built for fishers, but as I told you, because there is no facilities, this agent became more powerful there. So now these agents are controlling these wholesale markets and we are like they are beggars. So what happens is these people are coming with some restrictions of timing. So we have told them very clearly, see, fish caught by fishers has no particular time. There is no like 8 o'clock in the morning you go and 9 o'clock you'll get fish now. You know, there are different timings. So for us there cannot be time restriction. The fish coming from outside you put restriction because they come with their vans and tempos and all. So that because of this now this is again problematic to us. And now what happens is, suppose if I am going 2 o'clock in the afternoon for fish, now I am desperate because I have no carrying capacity, I cannot hold it for long. So again now the fish which is actually in the market value 500, I have to sell it for 200 for this agent. So you are making a fisherman more popular by bringing this restriction. So again we have been asking the HCPDA and the fisheries department to intervene and see that there are no time restrictions.
Subsidies are meant to assist fishermen economically and provide incentives for the field of fishing.
आमकां गव्हर्मेंटान जाय व्हडली एक सबसिडी तीच केली पण आनी कितें गव्हर्मेंट आमकां दितलो सांग म्हाका तूं ते डिजल तर आनी कितें जालें बोटी मातश्यो बऱ्यो चलतल्यो आहल्यो न्हू आतां 7-8 रुपया मेळटाली कितें लिटरा फाटल्यान तें बंद जालें मातशें इतके फायदो आहलो न्हू लास्टाक कितें आतां 2-3 म्हयन्यांनी मेळटाले ते मनीस घरा धाडपाक बरें पडटालें मातशें.
The fishermen of Naushe, historically a fishing village, faced the fear of losing their family occupation.
In 2010, Marmagaon Port Trust leased out 150,000 square meters of Zuari River front here to Karwal Construction Private Limited, which is a construction company based in Bombay, or now is known as Mumbai, to set up a marina here. And for the past 14 years actually there has been resistance to this marina. What marina is, it's a place wherein the yachts of those people who live in luxury, they will be coming here from different parts of the world, and this place will be given to them for the parking of their yachts. And that we see in different parts of the world, that marinas are there. This is not the first marina. But however, what is unique about this place is that this marina has been resisted by local fishing communities here of this village and also neighboring villages as well. Because if marina comes, their fishing, they claim, is going to be affected negatively. They will not be able to do fishing anymore in Zuari River over here. And together with these two marinas, will they fear, even the fishermen from the other side, from Vasco and all, they fear that it's going to affect, and not only fears, they have vociferously protested for past 14 years, and they made sure that none of these marinas have come true. So far about this marina, there are 4 attempts to set up and enforce and install marina here, but every time it has been opposed by the fishing communities. They even went to the extent of doing environment impact assessment report, EIA report. The EIA report itself states very clearly that fisheries is going to be affected, impacted, will have a long-term negative, irreversible impacts. That means fishing is going to be affected for a very, very long time, not just for 1 year, 2 years or 3 years. It's long-term, maybe 50 years, 100 years.
All of these drastic changes not only affect the fishing community, but also the ecological balance.
So now this marina project, now it is coming in an area in Naushe where scientists, NIOs have come with multiple studies saying that this is a marine hotspot area. Okay, and there are this under the Wildlife Protection Act, there are certain marine species are protected, like the window pane oyster, sea horse, like that. All these things are protected under the Wildlife Protection Act. So all these are available in that area. Okay, and we asked the government that how can you bring a project where this area is said by the scientists is a hotspot area, and in fact we are planning to declare it also a biodiversity hotspot area. So how can you get marina into this area? Because what happens, there is a very gloomy picture used that no, marina will get high-end tourism, we'll get jobs, a lot of us will get jobs in engineer, blah blah blah. But it is not like that. What happens now, for this marina you need to do, again you require a navigation channel. For a navigation channel you need to do dredging. Then all these things will displace all the fisheries there and the fishermen there, and ultimately it will be only so-called marina for 9. So we told them, what, if you want to buy a marina, you go to MP, the port. You have a jetty there, a cruise terminal there. You develop it and you put a marina there. What's the problem? So you cannot come into our fishing spaces. That is why we are opposing it.
Amidst the growth of coastal tourism and the adoption of modern fishing practices, we risk overlooking the enduring environmental consequences and the alarming depletion of marine life in our oceans. The proliferation of unethical shore construction and greed-driven fishing methods has illuminated a sad reality: the alarming rate at which our oceans are dwindling.
Yeah, see, that fishing ban was initially for 30 days. We've been demanding for 90 days for last 20 years, last 25 years actually. So fishing ban is very important because that's the time where the fish lay their eggs and spawning time. So now it is 61 days. In fact, it started first in Goa. So now, in fact, from 61, we have to go for 90 days. In fact, the trawler owners now demanded 120 days. Initially, they were the ones who were opposing even 30 days. So they have realized that we need to, stop fishing for 120 days. So youths have to get involved and also have to speak, because this occupation, this traditional occupation, this environment has to be protected. And unless all speak, then this occupation can be survived, and it will be win-win situation for the fishermen and for the end consumers, because they also eat, every Goan eat fish curry today. So like that, there are lots of fish now which are getting scarce and are losing. Like for example, sardines were available every year in the market. Today sardines cannot be even seen. Once in a year you can hardly see them. Last year I have seen after many years. So like this, we are going to face problems, and this thing, for this we all need to be responsible and speak about it. Capture fisheries. So basically wild fisheries is called capture fisheries, and culture fisheries is called aquaculture, farming fish. They are called culture fisheries. So exporter generally is to export culture fisheries, fish. Now they are exporting culture fisheries, not capture. So which means this wild fish is declining. And now the fishing agent exporters say we export almost 70% of culture fisheries, not capture fisheries. So there is a decline in this fish, and now we are going to artificial form of artificial feed fish. So like for example, you have seen this boiler chicken. If you study that, that's very bad as per the scientists say. And if you go for a Gaunti chicken, there's huge difference. Now nobody wants to eat Gaunti chicken, but this is artificial. So now the entire focus of government also is going to culture fisheries, artificial fisheries, where it's not good for a human body. And several studies have said that this culture fisheries is not good for health and blah blah blah. So these are the things. Yeah, formalin issue was initially came in the limelight of people, I think in 2019, if I'm not mistaken. See what is happening. This is the Department of Food and Food, Drug and Safety. Now, unfortunately, it is not only fish. If you go it is vegetables or fruits, there is no check being done. And because there is no check being done, we have seen the rise of cancer, diabetes, pressure, everything is rising is because of that. So the Food and Drug Department has to be independent and has to be stringent. If that only happens, then we can see we're going to get fresh fish or fresh vegetable or fruits.
As dusk falls over the shores of Goa, a stark reality emerges beneath the calm waters of the Arabian Sea. Here, amidst the serene beauty that has long defined this coastal haven, a vital balance is tipping. In the timeless tradition of fishing that has sustained Goans for centuries, a quiet crisis looms. The push for profit and the unchecked exploitation of our marine resources threaten to deplete the very lifeblood of our seas. But amidst this challenge, a glimmer of hope beckons. It's a call to action, a plea to all who call Goa home, to rise and safeguard our maritime heritage. For every Goan, the ocean beats in their heart. Let us answer the call. Let us stand as stewards of the sea, and let us ensure a future where the bounty of our waters endures for generations to come.